Have you ever found yourself doubting your own decisions, yet completely trusting the opinions of others? You might second guess your gut feeling, seek advice repeatedly, or even follow someone else's lead, thinking they know better. If this sounds familiar, you're not alone. Today, we'll explore why we trust others more than ourselves, what drives this behavior, and most importantly, how to reclaim confidence in your own judgment. Our brains are wired to survive, and part of that wiring comes from social validation. From a young age, we learn to look to parents, teachers, and peers for guidance. This is essential in childhood. If we relied solely on trial and error, we'd face serious risks. As adults, however, this instinct doesn't just disappear. It morphs into a habit of deferring to others. Psychologists call this the social proof principle. When we see others acting or deciding in a certain way, we assume their choice is safer or better. We also struggle with imposter syndrome, fear of failure, and perfectionism. All of these make it easier to trust someone else's judgment over our own. If you've ever thought, maybe they know something I don't, that's your brain seeking safety and external validation. Take a moment and notice the last time you doubted yourself. How often did someone else's opinion shape your choice? Comparison is another huge factor. Social media has amplified it massively. We see friends, influencers, or colleagues making decisions, achieving goals, or presenting an image of success. Inevitably, we start thinking, if they can do it, I should listen to them. Maybe my idea isn't good enough. I'm not as knowledgeable as they are. This constant comparison erodes self-trust. Your own intuition, knowledge, and past experiences are pushed aside in favor of what appears credible externally. Notice how often comparison creeps in. You might be surprised at how subtle it is. Trusting others can be helpful. Mentors, advisors, and experts exist for a reason, but over-reliance comes with downsides. The more you defer, the less you trust your own decisions. Constantly seeking advice slows you down. You might feel paralyzed without guidance. Relying on others' approval can trigger stress, anxiety, and self-doubt. Notice how many decisions you make on autopilot, just because someone else said so. Reflecting on this can be the first step toward regaining control. It's not all bad news. There are evolutionary and social reasons we do this. Humans have an innate desire to avoid failure. Agreeing with others strengthens social bonds, and in a world flooded with data, outsourcing decisions feels like survival. The key is that trusting others strategically is fine, but letting it dominate your choices can limit growth. Pause for a second and ask yourself, are you seeking advice because you need it, or because it's easier than trusting yourself? The good news? Self-trust is like a muscle, it can be trained. Start small. Make low-risk decisions independently and observe the outcomes. Celebrate successes, learn from mistakes. Keep a decision journal. Write down major decisions, your thought process, and the result. Over time, you'll notice patterns and build confidence. Limit external opinions. Before asking for advice, pause and reflect. Do I truly need this input, or am I avoiding responsibility? Practice self-validation. Affirm your knowledge, intuition, and past experiences. Daily reminders strengthen internal trust. Reflect, don't react. When someone gives advice, consider it, but make the final call yourself. Ask, does this align with my goals, values, and experience? Try picking just one decision this week to make entirely on your own. It can be surprisingly empowering. Think of entrepreneurs who succeed because they trust themselves. Elon Musk launching SpaceX, Oprah building her empire, or small business owners who pivoted during crises. They still listen to experts, but they make the final decision based on their own conviction. Even in everyday life, self-trust pays off. Choosing a career path, managing money, or deciding on personal relationships, relying on your judgment fosters empowerment and reduces regret. If you notice someone around you making decisions with confidence, pay attention to how they think. It's not luck, it's self-trust. There are also everyday examples you can relate to. Perhaps you ignored your own intuition about a friend, a purchase, or a career opportunity, only to regret it later. Or maybe you followed advice blindly and felt lost, wondering why you didn't trust yourself. These small moments add up, shaping how you perceive your own judgment. Recognizing them is a powerful first step. Rebuilding trust in yourself doesn't happen overnight. Start by noticing the moments you defer unnecessarily. Ask yourself, am I truly lacking insight or am I avoiding responsibility? Would I regret following my own decision or someone else's? Does this align with who I want to be? Every choice you make independently strengthens your confidence. Gradually, the fear of making mistakes diminishes and self-trust becomes a habit. Remember, trusting yourself isn't arrogance, it's wisdom. Look for opportunities to practice today. When faced with a small decision, resist the urge to seek validation. Observe how it feels to follow your own instincts. Over time, these small exercises compound into bigger, bolder choices. Notice the freedom that comes when you act with your own authority. The journey to trusting yourself starts small with awareness and practice. Each decision you make from your own conviction builds momentum and clarity in your life. Take a moment now and reflect. What's one choice you've been avoiding that you can tackle with full confidence this week? If this story resonated with you, consider sharing it with someone who might need it. Notice how sharing your insight can spark conversation and reflection in others. Keep observing, keep practicing, and watch how your self-trust grows. And for more insights that matter, stories, ideas, and reflections that help you grow, like, share, and follow. Thanks for watching.